Today I'm going on a journey. I'm going to America for 4 months almost. This is the first time I'm doing such a thing, so it's going to be an adventure, of course, and I'm really excited about it. So let's grab a coffee and then we continue. This is the first day, or rather day zero, of a new series that I'm starting, Days of America. To be totally honest, the trip has already started since I had to get somehow to Budapest. In the meanwhile, I will try also to answer some of the questions that might come up regarding the trip, regarding the why behind the journey. And afterwards, during my stay in the States, I will try to show you guys all of the interesting stuff that I hope to find there. Now, let me drink my coffee and then we continue. So, as I've been sitting here and sipping my coffee, which I quite needed after this morning's journey and adventures, I came up with a few questions that I would like to try to answer in this part of the video. One is, why go to America? Why am I going to America? As I mentioned, I will be staying about 4 months in America, and I will be working as a wine bar attendant in Ohio. So that will be my job title, but of course, working is not the only scope of this journey and this adventure, because aside from working as a wine bar attendant, I want to learn and explore the region where I'll be. Also, I see it as a great opportunity to focus on actually improving myself and learning and mastering the skills of video production and YouTube. So this series, this Days of America series, is going to serve as a video journal for my family, for my loved ones, but also as an instrument to test out things and to exercise. Of course, aside from this, I'm planning to do other kinds of videos, both long form and short form, which means that this isn't going to be the single series that you're going to be seeing on the channel. Surprisingly, at least for my surprise, I actually answered all of the questions that I wrote down here. As for the lessons that I promised to integrate in this video, the first one would be that you must be punctual. You must have a plan, you must have a sort of a checklist that you are going through in your mind. Where do I have to be? What do I have to do? What kind of tickets do I have to buy? What's the process of the journey? You have to know it and you have to keep it in mind all the time. So when for some reason there's a detour or there's a delay of some sort, you have your plan, you have your backup, and you can refer back to. Parallel to this, you have to be punctual with your plan, and you have to be on time exactly at each moment. So if there is some delay, it's not because of you, and it's not because you weren't paying attention, or you missed the bus, or you missed a flight, or something similar. On your part, you have to do everything to be as punctual and as much on time as possible. And then, regarding your plans, regarding your to-do list, regarding your checklist, you should leave a bit of a play. You should leave a bit of a possible delay time, if it is necessary. And also try to enjoy the process of traveling and journeying while it is happening. Of course, it is probably hard, probably tiresome, but in the end, when you look back, it's going to be a beautiful thing to remember. Of course, it's probably going to be hard, but you'll get through it. So, I just arrived at the Charles de Gaulle airport, and the first thing I have to say is that it's not as bad as I imagined regarding orientation. What I find quite interesting is this. So you can actually feel the texture of the wood that it was cast into, and I think it's kind of cool. So I'm not really a fan of this style. Just now I observed that it's only on the inside. So on the outside of the terminal and of the building, there is a curtain wall. Okay, now we are going in a maze. With what? Terminal 2E gate K. Okay, I think I'm going in the right direction. Anyway, so the expression for brutalism comes from the French béton brut, which means raw concrete, in essence. I I needed like 3 minutes to explain this. I went through border control, and now I'm going to my gate. Let's find. Okay, I think I. Yeah. Man. Okay, focus. So everything is way simpler and easier than it first seemed to me. So, for example, I was thinking that orientation and getting around the Charles de Gaulle airport was going to be a great difficulty, but turns out that it was quite simple. I just followed the terminals and the gate signage, and yeah, it's way simpler than expected. Let's take a look at the details a little bit. Look. You might be wondering why I'm not going around in the duty-free lounge, but the thing is that my transfer time is quite short, so I'd rather not risk missing my flight just so I can check what's up in the duty-free lounge. The journey continues as it should. I just arrived at Detroit Airport, and one more flight, and I'll be at my destination. Man, I didn't expect the. Of course, I knew that it was going to be long, but I didn't expect this. I was not prepared for this. It was just, man, it tired me a great deal. But yeah, at least I'm here. Thank God I'm here. Everything went well. Now I'm in the duty free. I'm just exploring and checking what's up in the American duty free, because this is my first time in America. I'm just curious, left and right, everything is new. Just architecturally as well. Look, behind me, it goes for like miles. One thing that I noticed almost right away, and it might seem funny, and some people might say that you can't really notice these things, but in Europe, we use the metric system for measuring everything. And here in America, of course, everyone knows, they use the imperial system. And in some details, in some parts, I can actually observe that this was designed in a different manner, not in conventional metric ways, but rather with different measurements and relations in mind. The most evident for me was at these, let me show you, at those escalators, like speed up trails, I don't know what they are called, these things, because just, let me get close. In Europe, these are much smaller, like these handles, for example, and here you can see that it's like 4 inches, because 1 inch is like 1 digit of the finger, and this is like 4. And the same thing applies to this one. And also for steps on on the escalator. So it's quite an interesting experience so far, but I'm sure that the excitement and the surprises are just going to continue on, and pile up. Also, another thing that I was thinking about and realized is that if you are occupied, if you have something to do, homesickness doesn't really hit that hard. Of course, it's just the first day. I mean, not even first day, day zero of the Days of America series, but still. While I was sitting on the airplane, and I had the time to think and just remember, I was a little bit sad that I had to leave my loved ones behind, but after I got something to do, like just get up from the chair and just walk around the airplane and look outside the window, then it kind of went away, or at least my mind was occupied with something different. But yeah, let's see the gates. I have to find C21. Found it. Done. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was talking about before. That if you open your eyes, if you look around, getting around is quite easy. Or at least not extremely hard. America bringing the vibes. This is actually cool. Architecturally, not really friendly, not really pedestrian centered, but at least with the lights it gives a cool, acceptable mood, like it sets the tone. But if you think about it, walking like 400 meters of corridor, just transit spaces, and that fun to traverse. Thus the speed up lanes on the right and on the left. Phew. They even put benches. So if you get tired while using the speed up trail, because as you can see, nobody walks in the center, everyone uses the speed trails. But if you get tired using the speed trails, you can sit down and and rest a little bit. Whoa, they're trying to give me a seizure, or what? Or some Russian techno vibes. There are no stairs, like, at all. I haven't found one single staircase. Just elevators, just escalators, like these moving stairs. And this one goes on long as well, as you can see. And yeah, this is the other thing, that the steps are larger. Stairs. Okay, let's go a little bit faster, because we don't really have escalator enjoying time. The duty free continues. Whoa, what's this? Okay, let me show you this. So these are some kind of coins from the Detroit region. Yes, this is squall, strength through diversity. Man, these are really, really interesting and really cool. I'm not sure what these coins represent, but nonetheless, it's a very nice display here. Okay, let's move on. Do I have to go down or not? No. We'll see how smart of an idea it is going to be to get to my gate way, way before boarding and way before takeoff, and just hang out in that area. Because if I don't know, if I miss the duty freeze, then I have a high chance of wasting some long hours here just sitting around. While in the meanwhile, I could be checking what's up. Vintage bakery and coffee grounds. The tentative to drink a coffee is quite high. Probably I'm way too early. I am way too early. We'll see. So, this is the last entry for today. This was the longest day in my life ever. I think I traveled like 18 hours, and with the time delays, the 13th of June was like 30 hours in total. So yeah, I arrived, I'm here, and I'll continue tomorrow exploring the city, exploring what's up. See you tomorrow.